Hi, my name's Emma, and this is me. This is also me. Okay, so you probably get the gist of it. I'm obsessed with fish and fishing and fly fishing in general. But I really just love being outside. I love hunting, and I grew up hunting and fishing and backpacking and camping like a lot of Colorado kids do. But what I started to understand when I was growing up was that I don't really look like the rest of the people that do all this stuff. And I was wondering why. I mean, there were other people that looked like me that were fishing and hunting, but I just never saw them in catalogs that were advertised. It's very interesting to me about how inclusive the outdoor industry really is and how they showcase this, which is why I'm advocating for diversity in the outdoor industry itself. Now, diversity by definition means the condition of having or being composed of different elements. Variety, especially the inclusion of different types of people, such as people of different races or cultures in a group or organization. So over the summer, I was in a fly fishing film and was one of two people featured specifically in the film. The other person was my boss. When advertising for the film, we were asked to be on the cover of a magazine, and when we sent in the photos of us fishing, they chose the only photo that didn't have me in it. I wasn't angry, but I was curious as to why they chose that photo and not any of the others that better represented our film. They responded with, "It better describes the narrative of our magazine." Like I said, I didn't mind, but what I did mind about their response was that they didn't even want to change their narrative. They were comfortable with the image of a white male outdoorsman. I think this is true for many outdoor businesses. The narrative of the outdoors is predominantly white and predominantly male. The fact that the outdoor businesses are stagnant and comfortable with the narrative that they are displaying should be dismantled. They are certainly not saying anyone who doesn't look like these people in our catalogs and ads can't shop here, but it often feels like they can't. It narrows the possibility for a diverse community. It is not an inclusive environment. By showing different, often underrepresented people, this would draw in people with different ideas, backgrounds, and stories. It's not like black and brown people don't fish or ride horses or hunt, we just don't see them doing these things when we search it on the internet. It's not a narrative that is valued and thus creates a barrier to even get involved in the outdoors. Furthermore, we know the way that outdoor apparel brands catering their products to the people that they currently do already works. Selling to the majority demographic by showing the majority demographic will always sell, and companies will always make a profit. What we must question is, will it always work? Well, no. And why? Because as time goes on, demographics change. Currently, as of 2019, the United States is 60.4% white. Therefore, selling to the majority white demographic works. However, by 2055, the United States of America will be 48% white, 24% Hispanic, 14% Asian, and 13% Black. If companies keep selling their image the way that they do, it will not only become less desirable, but less relatable. Now, this is an extremely exciting and utterly important time for change, especially when looking into the future.
The challenge is communicating to people that this story is really a story. Because there's also a perception that's out there that if African Americans or Asian Americans or Hispanic Americans are not visiting national parks, what's the big deal? Everyone, it's a democracy, everyone can go where they want on vacation. And the people who make that kind of statement don't recognize or acknowledge the shifts in demographics that are taking place. They're profound. That's moving towards not just a pluralistic society, but a pluralistic society that in terms of a mirror, reflects a world that we haven't seen yet, that's coming into being. And if people of color don't feel that connection, then 40 years from now, why not abolish a place that you don't feel connected to, that you have no cultural relevance for? And that's the problem. The sustainability of the national parks hinges on connecting to these communities of color, because they will no longer be minorities.
If by 2055 the demographics will showcase a majority of currently underrepresented peoples and communities, we must stress the importance of including them right now. In the light of a century that is burdened with the topic of climate change, not including everyone to discuss what can be done is an ethical and moral failure on all of our hands. So the next time that you go skiing, hiking, backpacking, or camping, I encourage you to invite people that have never stepped outside and done those activities before. I think that we as young people can create a difference in other people's lives and have the platform to do so with social media.
This nation's outdoors belongs to all Americans, yet it is currently not equally used, portrayed, or accessible by all of us. By understanding that our future is a diverse one, and starting with a foundation to begin with an inclusive and diverse outdoor industry, we truly can take action that will lead to healthier people, land, and ecosystems, and ultimately, a better world.